down there where I lived on 7th Street up to here to go to J.P. Stewart when I was in the 4th grade. These houses were all here. There used to be houses here. This is J.P. Stewart. It's now the museum, Carson Museum.
Mm-hmm.
I got a picture taken in front of that building. Across there, that used to be a store where we'd run over and buy our penny candy and stuff like that.
Huh.
There was houses here. All this was the poor section of town. There was a few wealthy people lived over here, but they had been more or less not homesteaders, but they had been. This used to be the 4th grade school class room right there.
Oh yeah.
Then there was a furnace there. It used to be the furnace room. This is our baseball field here.
Where the new
This is
school
where
is.
we played baseball, and backstop was right on this corner.
The wealthier part of town was in the northwest, correct?
Pardon? Yes, the
northwest.
northwest, where you guys are living now. That was a wealthy. That's where that's where I can drive you around, show where Mr. Brew lived and everything like that. But now this railroad crossing here has always been here, and this used to be an old apartment houses along in here, but the school bought it out and tore it all down. This was Mahaffey's. It used to be Mahaffey's cleaners, and Mr. Mahaffey was the. I think it was his son that started the cleaners, but he was the janitor at J.P. Stewart when we was down there. And we'd go in there, and that was always Puget Sound Power and Light substation there. Mr. Glenn Cushion was a head man on Puget Sound Power and Light here in Tacoma. This used to be all houses along in here. And over there where all that is, that used to be a junkyard over there, a car wrecking yard. And this Spring Street, this is one crossing, and there was a house right here, the Lapomas, if you know Lapomas golf course up above, up on the South Hill.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's where he grew up when he was a kid. All the Lapoma kids are there, and their dad was a crossing guard. He'd come down here, and he would have that little shack there. And then up here, we'd come up here. Won't be able to see it, but we had. Let's see, just a second. See if I can in here. Okay, where this street is coming up and it curves, there was also a crossing, a slant crossing that go right over here to Spring Street.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and Mr. Lapoma guarded both. This is all new here, this Maker, but the Maker Mansion has always been here. It was a nursing home, not a nursing home, but an apartment, and then yeah, it was a nursing home for a while too. And it used to go all the way out to here. Oh, let's see now. Where Charlie's is now, that was the feed store. That's Puyallup Feed. And where Dell's is now, that was, like I said, that was Brews, and then it became Western Farmers. And where this Bumpy's Tavern is right here, that used to be it was a restaurant. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I had a
Nettie's?
no, Nettie's is down.
Oh, that was downtown.
That used to be Pullman's Variety Store right there.
Oh yeah.
Donnie Pullman, he graduated a year ahead of us. But that was the I want to say Myers. Anyway, it's a restaurant. I know on my first date, this kid wanted me to double date with him because he wanted to go out with this one girl, and she had a sister. And the thing of it was that He was going to go to the movies, and he was looking for Jim Trish, and he couldn't find him. But I was down at the super creamed ice cream, Viking super cream ice cream, having a milkshake down there. He come running in, and he says, hey, he says, do you wanna? He says, you wanna go on a double date? And I says, I says, no, I've never been on a date in my life. And he said, well, he says, they're coming up the street, and here she was coming up the street with her sister, and I had always liked her, admired her when I was in school, but never paid any attention, never paid any, do any pursuing or anything like that. So anyway, we went out and went down here to the Liberty Theater and saw The Major and the Minor, Ray Milland and Debbie Reynolds. And so we went in there, and that used to be a drugstore over there on that corner there. That was Schmidt's. And then Elvin's was here, J.C. Penney's. The Liberty Theater has always been here. Now, right here where this place here is, that used to be the ice plant, and they would, I'll pull in here. This used to be all ice plant, and across this, and right down here, this was just an alleyway going through here.
Mm-hmm.
That was a berry creating outfit.
Hunts?
And then, over there was the depot on the other side of the street, and right along where all those cars are parked on this side of the street was a lettuce packing place. And the Truman, Mr. Truman, ran that, and we'd get all of the lettuce crates, the boxes, and we'd have to assemble the boxes and everything like that, and we'd pack them and put them in the refrigerator cars and come over here. They'd go over here to the ice plant and get all of the ice, and we'd pack the trucks, the ice box, refrigerator boxes with ice. That's how they kept it refrigerated before they had these compressors going along with them. But this was the big ice plant here, and all diesel run. Then over there where that vacant, this used to be, that's where the, the owner of the Liberty Theater
In that house?
lived back in that house. He used to sit back. Up there where the parking lot is right here, this was another ice plant. A friend of mine went to school with Dick Haynes, worked in there, and there you'd have we had 3 ice plants in the city of Puyallup at the time because there was no electricity.
How long has the Rose been there?
Pardon?
How long has the Rose Diner been there?
Well, let's see, what was on that? That was a diner. The diner from down there, that I had mentioned before, that moved after the war up to that place. This used to be Willis's auto repair and parts right here. In fact, you see a D.L. Willis. They have signs here at times.
The grocery store you're talking about is right back there.
Pardon?
Too. The grocery store is right back there too that you were talking about?
No, there used to be a grocery store where the just a second, I'll go right back down there. Where the school district is now. There used to be a church here, and our music teacher, when I was going to school, lived in that house right there at 1112. He died, a young man. But
So right here was
right here, yeah, this was a grocery store before it became Pedersen's restaurant, and then the school district bought this here. This was a packing place, a berry packing place. You know about Hunt's Cannery back there.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with that, okay? That was a restaurant there. That was a printing place, I think, at one time too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Now, go down this alley here. Everybody used to go to the alleys down here. this is the back of the Liberty Theater here. And then this store here on the corner, this building right here,